Hi guys, Brian here, magvortex.org. Okay, today we're discussing the non-reciprocating phenomenon that is the homopolar generator. And we have one here in front of us. Let's take a closer look. We have a large neodymium magnet here mounted on its own drive, and it spins freely in front of a copper disc. And the field is coming through the disc this way along the axis. The point here is that if we spin the copper disc in front of the magnet, we get a voltage. Let me demonstrate that quickly. We spin up the motor. We see the voltage deflect. Right now we're seeing it deflect downwards because of the polarity I have on on the cables here, anything can reverse the polarity of it like that. So it's just DC we're looking at here. We've got a DC motor, we have a DC output too, and any of those are reversible. So let's look at it again. And I'm going to hold it right there for a moment while I perform another thing, which is I'm going to spin the magnet up on the back side, and you'll see that the deflection here doesn't change. Okay. Magnet's accelerating. You can hear it running. And there's no real change in deflection of the voltage of the copper disc. It's going pretty quick. Now I can reverse it, direction of rotation even here. Break it down. Okay, now it's reversing direction. Do you see that? Accelerating now. Magnet's spinning in the opposite direction, and still there's no deflection of the voltage of the copper disc. Meanwhile, okay, let's turn that off. Okay, meanwhile, we have now a spinning magnet. Let's spin it up a little bit faster. And we have a lead in here on a low radius attached to this meter here. Let's bring it over. And we should see there about 1/10 of a volt right there, dropping down 75 hundredths, 50 hundredths. Let's show that again. That's pretty cool. So there's a voltage in the magnet. Accelerating the magnet. Let's try a couple thousand at least RPM. I'm going to drag the lead on the rim of the magnet. There it is. That's a pretty stable reading, and you can see it decrease as the velocity decreases, expressing all the same components of a homopolar generator, except it has only one part. Now, this is a big paradox for physics. The fact that this one-piece generator even works, okay, begs the question, does it have back EMF? And now we really have to look at this, because either way you answer the question, you have a big problem. If you answer the question yes, this would show a clear violation of Newton's action-reaction law due to the lack of any component providing a reactive force. So that means that you've got a braking force acting on the rotor if you're pulling that power off, but there's nothing attaching to a reactive force. There's nothing there. There's no back torque on the stand. There's no force coming back. So how do you brake the rotor without this reactive torque? So you violate Newton's action-reaction law if you answer yes, it does have back EMF. If you answer no, it doesn't have back EMF, then you have a clear violation of the conservation of energy law due to the production of power, the electrical power coming off the machine, without any of the required force to create that power. Because now you've got, if you answer no, there's no back EMF. Now you've got a rotor that's spinning like a flywheel. It has inertia, it has velocity, momentum, but you're pulling power off of it and it's not slowing down.